And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove here before the tip-off. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. I'm Kevin Harlan, here at the table with me, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And over on the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Friday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And for their matchup with Detroit, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they got Surratt. Also George out there. And it's Larson in at the 5. And for the Celtics, they've got Chang. Flagg is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Shaw. And it's Gray in at the shooting guard. All right, everyone, the NBA season starts today. We have made it. It is a holiday for everybody.
Oh, man, the offseason felt like forever. It's great to be back. Nothing like some games that count.
Free throw good, Adebayo. And after playing most of his career at the center spot, Greg, do you like Bam Adebayo playing power forward?
Oh, it's great. At 6'9", I felt like he was always undersized at the pivot, making up for it with his strength and toughness, but he has the mobility and the skill to play the 4 without question.
And Adebayo drops them both.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
Here's Gray. A floater. And that one's good. Flat.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Surratt. Pass to George. Here's Surratt. There's the 3. That one misses. Here is Shaw. Now Flagg, defended by George. Flagg with it, working on George. 5 on the clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Here's Surratt. Pass to Larson. Over Chang. Larson, no good.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Here is Shaw. Back to Jang. The 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. To the paint. Here's Larson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Drops in the tray.
Well, Tatum is the obvious option for the catch and shoot. He's such an efficient scorer.
Adebayo against Tatum. Pass to Surratt. Offensive rebound. Larson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Those are some hustle points. Really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Boston leading by 3. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I spoke with the head coach for Boston. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." Guys, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Boston's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Gray passes to Tatum. The rebound by Westphal. The Heat trail by 3. Pass to Surratt. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Adebayo with a screen for George. Here's Westbrook from deep. Shaw with the rebound. Now Tatum. Pass to Gray. Back to Tatum. Here's Gray. He's guarded by Adebayo. Shaw, no good. Miami's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Now Adebayo. Heat moving the ball around. Surratt gets the bucket. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
The Celtics have been a title contender for years now. So, RJ, what do you attribute that to?
Well, their talent level has been off the charts. But something else you can point to is their defense. The Celtics have been an elite defensive team for over a decade.
Here's Surratt. Here's George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. And by virtue of the NBA schedule, their first game of the new year is against Miami.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, these teams were not on even ground last year, but no matter what it looks like on paper, we see teams make big turnarounds every season.
Celtics making a change here. Hernandez is checked in. Heat also with the sub. Marks, he's checked in for Surratt. Here's Gray. Scoreless thus far. Jang with a screen on George. Gray's shot is off. The Heat with the lead. Here's Larson. Outside, George. Pass to Adebayo. Over Tatum. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Down low. Here's Flagg. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Flagg's got 5 points so far.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Adebayo deciding where to go with it. Great D that time from Tatum.
Great anticipation defensively. They were keyed in on him and ready to pounce.
Drills it from outside. Tatum's got his second bucket of the night.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Here's George. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Tatum passes to Hernandez. In the corner. Tatum with it. Off target from outside. Miami's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Pass to Larson. Here's Westbrook. Hasn't made one yet. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the board. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Here's Gray. past the flag. No good on the three.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
There's 1:59 left to play in the first quarter. Puts up a deep three. Jason Tatum grabs the board.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Boston again missing. Miami trailing. Marks passes to George. Outside, Adebayo. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Pass to George. Outside, Adebayo. Pulls it from 20. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Tatum against Adebayo. Here's Hernandez. Here's Gray. Still yet to score. Tatum, that's for 2. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing. For one, the Celtics.
You know, I don't know if the numbers even told the story. I mean, their defense was as good as it gets, often just leaving their opponents completely demoralized.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Quinman's checked in. And it's Gonzalez in for Bam Adebayo. Pass to Hernandez. To end the cold streak. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
From downtown. Back to Gonzalez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum looking around. No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Assist goes to Butler.
At the end of one, a closely contested.
Yeah? No. No, because I had it. Found it.
Game so far. Celtics lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Boston?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Marks, and it's Westphal in at the 4 spot.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Wright. Here's Hernandez. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hernandez has got 6 points.
The real come at back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And now, Allie Laporte says something for us from the sideline.
Hey, Jason Tatum talked about his development since coming into the league, and he said earlier, I was playing the game just to play the game instead of thinking it. It's tough when you're younger. You just want everything to happen so fast, but it doesn't work like that. Back over to you, Kevin.
He has come a long way. Okay, thank you, Allie.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
To the inside. Here's Nash. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Miami's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Klinkman. And he makes good on the layup. And the Heat lead by 1.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
To the right side. Here's Hernandez. Drills the 3-pointer. Hernandez has got 6 in the quarter.
He got a 3 to fall in the first, and now his second in this quarter. Not a trend the defense wants to see.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Changes here for the Celtics. Washington comes in for Wright. Shaw subbed in for Carson. Sarath, he's checked in for the Heat. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Marks. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Hernandez. Pass to Shaw. Here's the 3. And Gonzalez pulls it down.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Sarath. Nash with some nice D. The Celtics have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. With the drive and the basket by Shaw. And Greg, everyone talks about the IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
And it's good, 2 points. Nash has got his first points of the game.
Oh, come on. Just add vision to his perfect skill set. Like when he's dropping dimes like that, like Jason Tatum is a problem.
Here's Sarath. Puts up a 3. Marks, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And here's Nash outside, drains it from beyond the arc. Nash has got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
Here's Marks. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Tatum a screen. Shaw passes to Nash. Just 5 on the clock. Wide open look. Miami grabs the miss.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Here's Saraf. Pass to Klintman. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
Here is Shaw. Pass to Hernandez. Buries the long-range jumper. Hernandez has got 12 points in the game.
And the three-pointers are starting to add up. That's his third of the quarter, and it brings him to 4 on the game.
Here's Saraf. Outside, George. Pass to Saraf. Off target with his 3. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Hernandez. He's got 12. Inside, here's Grovic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 9-point Boston lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside, George. Shot clock at 5. Here is Shaw. To the middle. Here's Grovic. Here's Flag. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Pass to Shaw. Here's Hernandez. Here's Gray. Nothing on the board. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And here's George. Here's Marks. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's George. Lets it go from deep. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Gray. And again, Boston with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And the Heat an all-time here. Jang, he's checked in for the Celtics. Jason Tatum comes in for Shaw. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were absolutely unconscious from the three-point line.
Here's Saraf. Pass to Westphal. There's 1:17 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Saraf. Miami no good on that time either.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Hernandez passes to Gray. Here's Hernandez. Tatum a screen. There's the triple. Hernandez can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 17. Pass to George. Adebayo with a screen for George. Out to the wing. Here's Larson. Here's Adebayo. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Hernandez. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 3rd assist on the night.
He is getting everything he wants. The defense is seemingly powerless to slow him down.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
You know, for Miami, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of year for everybody. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Boston Celtics.
A key part of this one, their bench production. Those guys can heat it up in a hurry. Give the starters a little rest. Can't ask for more than that.
Wash, rinse, repeat. You guys wouldn't understand that because it involves shampooing. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Tatum out there with Flag. Then there's Shaw, and it's Gray in at the 2 spot. That's the Boston 5. Here is Shaw. In the corner, it's Jang. Offline with his 3. Pass to Saraf. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Down low. And that one is hammered home.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Tatum on the wing. Here's Gray. Outside, George. To the inside. Pass to Saraf. The three-pointer, no good. Celtics leading by 16. To the paint, here's Jang. The shot that time, not on target.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
Here's Saraf. Outside, George. They set the pick. The three-pointer off the mark. For Boston, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Gray dishes to Jang. Pass to Flag. 6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Shaw. Busted. No good that time either.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in.
Adebayo with a screen for George. Inside, and Adebayo throws it down.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
Shaw passes to Jang. Here's Gray. In the corner, it's Jang. Off the mark, and the drop continues.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Saraf can't hit.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
And that one drops for him. Jang's got his second basket of the night.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Hey, Gray, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number one in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back to you guys.
Good priority. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. George in the post. Gray's there. Pass to Saraf. Again, the miss by the Heat. Celtics leading by 16. Here's Gray. Jang with the screen on George. Gray, that's good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And George now top of the key. Outside, Adebayo. Down low, here's Westphal, and it's blocked. And he gets it back. And the layup's good off the glass. Here's Gray. He has 6. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Checked in for Shaw. Heat also with the sub. Arch is checked in. Bounce pass from Tatum. With it, he's got 7, takes the 3. Boston again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Adebayo. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
And what a dime from Bam. He's really skilled at looking for and finding his teammate.
And here is Tatum. He's got 6. Here's Gray. To the inside. Jang. The short one's on the money. Jang's got 7 points.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Pass to Larson. Adebayo, high post. Over Tatum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Flagg. Back to Tatum. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's Flagg missing. The Heat trail by 15. Outside, George. And again, it's the Heat missing. Boston's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And here's Tatum for 3.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
Here's Marks. 6 points for him. George, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Pass to Larson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And it's good for 2. Adebayo's got 8.
Just playing so strong down low. Adebayo knows you got to be ready for the fight inside.
Tatum kicks to Gray. Here's Hernandez. They set the pick. Pass to Gray. Latrey drains the 3-pointer. Gray's got 6 here in this quarter.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Timeout called the Heat.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Boston making some changes. White is checked in for Jack. Nash is subbed in for Flagg.